back to Get With The Programming. I'm Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is Bill Grundler. Wolverine. Did you see the trailer for the new Deadpool movie yet?
No.
What a tease, bro.
Yeah?
I recommend it, though.
Okay.
I recommend it.
Okay. I'm down. I'm in for all of that stuff.
Deadpool Wolverine. Come on.
Like, I know.
Come on. Is there a better combo? I mean, Deadpool Cable, that was good. That's pretty classic. But Deadpool and Wolverine have always had their problems with each other.
They have.
In the comics.
Well, you know.
Deadpool got his powers.
That's right. From him.
From him, technically, depending on what movie you watched.
That's right.
One will pretend never existed, and the other we wish we made the first time. Oh, I've really seen Chase and Bill's face. Thanks, Allegra.
Hi, Allegra.
We miss your comments. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bubs Natural Studio. We are going to talk about the Service Open. It's back. It was called the Occupational Games, and then it went away, and then Mayhem took it and ran with it, as people do when you leave things out of the CrossFit space that people enjoy. And now it is back with a new title of the Service Open, or the Occupational Games, if you're Dave Castro, and that's what you say.
You just want to keep on saying it, which is great, because remember when they did that thing where they changed everything to tests and everyone's still calling them workouts when they weren't really tests or workouts, they were events.
Yes.
But people still kind of went back around. I love that Dave said what it's like. Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. And if you guys have been living under a rock, as much as we loathed the tests, they are gone.
Thank God.
Events are back.
Good.
Thank you, Boz. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, God.
Thank you.
Nothing felt more lame than saying, and a new test record.
Dumbest comment ever.
So funny. It was so hard to adjust last year. So I'm so pumped events are back. But we are going to talk the Service Open. If you guys are unaware what that is, it is the well, I'll just pull up the announcement from CrossFit. This was on the 31st, but the Service Open is back for 2024. CrossFit Open, compete against peers in your profession for bragging rights and advance to a new virtual competition coming later this season. More details to come. I'll say this, I think the details on this may be coming as early as tomorrow. So
wow, really? Might be as early as in 5 minutes from now.
Yeah, it's coming. It says details to come. They are coming. I've heard through the grapevine they may be coming as early as tomorrow, or maybe as late as tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow is a good
hang out and be ready tomorrow, possibly
of more details. But if you guys are a part of this cohort, there's two new categories this year. One, it's let's go through the old schools. You got first responders, firefighters, law enforcement, active duty military veterans, educators, medical professionals. I think college students is in there, but there's not an advancement of college students later in the season, but that's one in there. These are all hashtags you guys can put on the leaderboard when you guys register for the Open. If you already have and you want to be a part of this, I think you can add this in a drop-down menu on your competition bio. But new things added for the Service Open is those are in service of our community. CrossFit trainers is a new category in the Service Open, which is probably why they don't call it the Occupational Games. Well, I guess it is an occupation. And then affiliate owners is on there and well. And if I am an affiliate owner and / a coach, I'm jumping into this pool because I want to see where I rank with other if I'm easy to please in the competition realm. We've talked about this. You and I are both the same. It's like, oh, there's a competition?
Sure.
Is it how much? It doesn't matter. I'm in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost any extra. You just drop this in your hashtag and sign up for it. And I would like to know where I stand amongst the 13,000 affiliate owners around the world, or the other CrossFit trainers. It's like, yeah, I'm the freaking top 25 affiliate owners. I'd prefer top 5. I prefer actually the fittest, but
I mean, totally. I get
the
it.
reality of the situation is I get it.
Okay,
Scott Hancock is an affiliate owner, so shit.
I need you right now before tomorrow, since tomorrow might possibly be the day where we get some news.
Maybe.
What happens for someone like myself that I do workouts in the 55 division with 35-pound dumbbells?
Ooh.
How do I compare with other affiliate owners?
Well, to be fair, we don't know if you are using 55 or 35 pounds.
Agreed. But I'm just
No,
I'm technically in that category.
true. That's a
So,
great question.
right. Which I think, that right there is a perfect segue to how my personal feelings are about this quote unquote service or open are, because I like what it is. I like what they're trying to do. I like the idea of it. I like the purpose of it. But the second you try to start having, and we see this actually in our world right now, the second you start trying to appease to every single possible minute little group that you can totally do, then all of a sudden it's like everything kind of gets washed out. And so I don't know what that means now. It'd be super fun to be competing with the affiliate owners, but am I in the old affiliate owners? Am I in the old affiliate CrossFit trainers, or am I a CrossFit trainer?
That's a great question.
Because if you're a cop or a firefighter, guess what? It doesn't care if you're 19, the incident, or the military. It doesn't care if you're 19. It doesn't care if you're 54 or 50 or 55. You may have retired out by that time, but who knows?
Yes.
Anyway, can you send that up the chain a little bit?
I am. I will ask that question. That is a great question. I wonder if I can get that answer while we're on the podcast.
Oh, that would be sweet. Drop it out.
Okay, hold.
Throw that line. Throw that line.
Everybody hold, please. Bill, though you are a retired firefighter,
Fire captain.
Fire captain. I'm sorry, fire captain. How fun would this be for you and say your crew or the team that maybe you were managing? It's like, all right, boys, you're probably like making them do CrossFit a little bit in the firehouse. It's like, hey, we're all signing up and we're going to go against Firehouse 3 versus Firehouse 4, or like those damn cops over there that are giving a shit. We're going to do a little friendly competition. Like, is that something that would, I guess, interest you?
Oh, dude. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Okay. Currently, yes. Just because it's that kind of stuff super fun. When I was on the engine still, yeah, I had all of my crew, whether it was guys, whether it was girls, were doing our CrossFit. We did CrossFit at the station. We did that. That was our big deal. And I think it's cool to see the NYPD and NYFD guys are really big into that, where they do the red and blue competition stuff.
Yep.
And that's really fun to watch. So I think that, having crews, having services like that battle each other, I think it's amazing. Okay. So
I agree, but I'm not part of that, or I have not been a part of that brotherhood.
No, totally. Well, I mean, it's a team thing. It's like, that's your team. And you always want to have your team match up with someone else. I mean, everyone likes, I don't know, but maybe I always felt that my crew was the best crew. And we got to pick up someone big, bring my crew in. We got to hike up that hill, bring my crew in. You got to get up on that roof and put a hole in it, bring in my crew. Like, yeah, we could do it. We will do it.
Nivy, veteran. Awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Later, everybody at my station scared Chase. Is scared Chase, or that you are claiming that you scared me? I don't know. Come back to that later. But I'm pumped for it. I'm glad it's out there. I guess I should. Well, I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to figure this out right now. Can I join? Let's see. I can join this. I'm an affiliate owner still. Let's do it right now. We'll do a live look-in. Share this tab. You guys want to see a picture of what I don't look like anymore? All right. Let's see. I'm going to games.crossfit.com. I'm going to log into my profile. I typically need to refresh this because my computer is slow when this happens. Oh, there he is. Competition dashboard.
The dashboard.
Nobody look at my CFID. Not that it freaking matters. Let's see. Edit profile. Edit affiliate profile. Manage team roster. Edit team roster. I am 40 to 44. My affiliate is CrossFit Avenger. My team is CrossFit Avenger. I'm part of the Southern Methodist University. OG in the Open, by the way. Everybody join the OG in the Open leaderboard.
Yeah.
All you have to do is go down. We've created a leaderboard. I know it's in there. Let's see.
Occupation.
Occupation. Ooh.
Service occupation.
Service occupation. There it is. Affiliate owner. There it is. Okay, so your hashtag leaderboards. I am an affiliate owner. And okay, that's in there. And let's see. Coach, CrossFit trainer. Boom. That's it. Okay, so you just log in. You go to the competition dashboard. You scroll down to your hashtag leaderboards. Go to the service occupation.
Pull it up. See what they all are.
Let's see. Well, it doesn't. I don't think it drops the list.
Oh, yeah, it did. That's how you picked it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Active duty, affiliate owner, college student, CrossFit trainer, educator, EMS responder. Now that's new. That hasn't really been out yet. And for those that are wondering, that's there. I believe it's also like country dependent of what a first responder or EMT or EMS responder is. Do you know?
I would say that the EMS responder would be like your paramedics, ambulance people. Now, granted, there are some ambulances that are running that are fire department they're connected to the department. But generally, if you have any like private ambulance companies, they would be considered EMS responders. Or the other thing that you have on there, same type of thing, would be like a lifeguard. Pool lifeguards, anyone that has like EMS training. So
okay.
Yeah.
Firefighter, first responder, law enforcement officer, and medical professional. So those are your service occupations. And that's your list. Okay, so all you got to do is go to games.crossfit.com, log in, go to your competition dashboard, and then it's right there on your hashtag leaderboards is right there. Cool. All right, so that's one question. I'll say is like, I figured out question 2.
What are the occupations that it puts up into there? It says service occupation, and then occupation.
Service occupation. I don't know.
Does that one pull up a list?
Gardener. Oh, all right. It just pulls up. Oh, graphic designer. Did I even spell gardener? God, I'm an idiot. There you go.
Graphic gardener.
Graphic artist, digital marketing. Yeah, just type in anything in there. I want to see if mechanical engineer. I'm not one anymore, but I used to be mechanical, and there's a reason why, because I cannot spell.
But you did numbers.
Mechanical engineer. Oh yeah. Look at that. All right. Wow. All those fun things on the hashtags. Speaking of hashtags, when I was interviewing Boz about the Open coming up on the CrossFit Games podcast, and he says, I secretly do this little secret leaderboard with Row. I just pull up the old RVerse BOS leaderboard. Did you see that? That he talked about? Fun fact, everybody, for your nostalgic pleasure, Row, well, I'll say tomorrow morning at 9 p.m. Central, we are doing a look back, trip down memory lane, some campfire stories. Row and Boz will be joining the CrossFit Games podcast. So if you guys go to CrossFit Podcasts on your YouTube channel, 9 a.m. Central, both of them are going to come on, and we're just going to talk about the good old days.
Dude, that was literally one of the greatest things that the games ever had. Like it was for whatever. I mean, like everybody loves Row and Boz. I mean, like they were such integral parts to like the Open broadcasts and everything. And so having them compete, like really connected. I mean, those guys are great athletes. They're not games athletes, and so they're like above like your good regular gym athlete, and it made it very, very relatable. And it felt like it was your brother out there competing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, I get to read. I mean, like the Vellners and the Fikowskis and the Katrins. It's like they're up in this like megasphere, way the heck up there.
Yeah, like I don't know.
It's like, all right, here we go. These are my people, like that kind of stuff.
I cannot relate to your fitness level.
Right.
The thing I loved about that as well is I looked forward to it more than the actual elite matchup we were getting, for one. 2, they really went for it each time.
Totally.
Like it was a like deadpan, serious, yet fun, right? Playful competitiveness, but both of them were like, I'm going to beat you.
Yeah.
And you see that the thing of that, and you said relatability, right? It happens every day in the gym in any class I used to do with like your boys or shoot girls you don't want to lose to.
Right.
Right? Yeah, that playful back and forth is like you try to beat everybody, right?
Right.
Equal rights when it came to who's going to win the workout today at the gym.
Yep.
Always. Right? And it was always someone different, which I thought was really cool and fun when we had the gym rocking. But yeah, the Rovers. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow.
That'll be
Come
fun.
on
There are
in,
going to be some good stories, man.
yeah.
You know, what I think what's really cool is, like both of them, they're working the day of the Open.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rose going over his, his monologues and everything he's going to say, and he's like impeccable about how he's, rehearsing his lines. And Boz is trying to make sure that everything is set up right and the floor is set up a certain way, and knowing how to bring the athletes out. So they're working the day of, up to it, and it's like it's over, and it's like, okay, we're in. Like that's their warm up.
Yeah.
Was watching all the other guys do the workout, and then they hop in.
And it used to be where they would just do it.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
The equipment was still there. They're like, hey, don't put it up yet. We'll come out here and do it just against each other. And then we all were like, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to just
video it?
So that was fun. But yeah, that's tomorrow. So if you guys go to CrossFit Podcast, it's a YouTube channel that just has the CrossFit Games podcast on there, along with More Than Fitness that Adrian Conway hosts, where he talks to a bunch of different athletes. His most recent one was actually with Caroline Lambre, which would be cool. But just hit that notify. Hit that little bell. Subscribe.
Bing.
Yeah, it's my baby out there. So the more support you give that, the more high fives you give me. Oh, sad news, Stefan. Stefan says, sad news, my local box is shutting down.
Ah, dude.
So where are you at? Where are you at? Let us know where you're at. We'll see if I can find you some places to go. I know some people. But with the service open and everything that comes with that, what the announcements could be, like I said, could be coming up soon, would be through the Hopper. So the Hopper is the CrossFit Games newsletter. And if you guys haven't subscribed to that or you don't get that, I recommend is you just go to CrossFit.com. So here is CrossFit.com. If you just scroll all the way to the bottom here and just say, never miss an update for the CrossFit Games. Like, I don't get anything from the CrossFit Games. Just put your email in there. You'll just subscribe you to the Hopper, which is the CrossFit Games newsletter, and you'll get all the information you guys need from the CrossFit Games as it comes out whenever they do send that out. So just games.crossfit.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, submit your email, and it'll put you guys in the newsletter there. That should be enough housekeeping for the day.
There you go.
What do we have here? Nibby. What would be the current version of RVerse BOS? That's a great question. I have thought about this before. So there is no more public RVerse BOS, but what would be your pick? If, hey, the Open... I feel like what Savon's going to do with the Taylor versus the World Series
that's going to be huge.
Is going to be that, but like Taylor's freaking out of his world mind fit, and he's going to be going against other ridiculously fit Don versus Dave.
Oh, dude! Right? I mean, well, that's the question. It's like, okay, does it have to be within the sphere of like HQ or all the people that are there? Or are we looking for someone Hiller versus?
I would say personalities possibly in the space.
You want to know what would be fun? Because we hear the chatter all the time.
Yeah.
Hiller versus John Young.
Ooh.
That would be fun.
That's it.
Like those two guys, they just like what I like about them so much is like they're totally. I mean, our group is all cool with everyone that's in our group.
Yeah.
And those two are like brothers that have about a year and a year between them, to where they're constantly picking and poking and prodding at each other all the time.
Yeah.
I think that would be really fun. And just the way they talk. So Judy has Hiller versus McIntyre. No, Hunter he'd take over the show. He would just talk too much.
He'd also get his ass handed to him every week.
He would. But
I think Hiller versus John is a great. It's like roid rage versus sports rage.
Yeah.
Because like you think I could get fired up sometimes.
I love when
how
John
many
gets
mics
fired up.
John Young has blown out in his
best.
head. I like that. Hiller,
Yeah.
it'd be
we could dude, we could totally poke and prod that.
all right.
Shit, what if we what if Taylor versus the world is the games level version, and then we bring in the John versus Hiller. We do the Roe versus Boss.
Yeah. Chuck. Who's Chuck? Do you mean Chad? Chuck. Brian, dude, are you kidding me? Get with the pro versus talking with fitness. We would just
seriously
beat the pants off those guys.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
No offense, but like it ain't, you know.
Come on now.
I think y'all forget.
Come on now.
Y'all forget
who you talking to here?
Oh, let's see. They're games athletes.
Chuck Carswell, dude, come on
Chuck
now.
Carswell? Are you serious? Is that
not even close? Yeah, you put up Carswell. Come on, Mark. Mark, have you ever seen Chuck Carswell? And have you ever seen Brian Friend? You know who you're talking about.
A female matchup. All right. Let's do this. What would be a good male pairing? I think John Young versus Hiller is great.
Yeah,
as like the dessert.
Yes.
Right. He'll ever speak on. What would a good female matchup be? Trying to think. I'll say Lauren versus Nikki, but Nikki's pregnant. Oh yeah, Judy just put that in there.
Yeah. I would say no, we're talking Renee, we're talking regular people.
Yeah, regular people.
Regular people here.
That'd be cool. Get all the Emmas. Carrie, Tall, Lawson.
Yeah, all the Emmas. Dude, that would actually be a good show too.
Athletes, people. Talking about basics.
What's crazy is you would almost have to have
Bella
and Lauren. No, that's not even close.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they're similar. Lauren's strong. Like Lauren's strong.
Yeah.
And she's. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Kale.
What about What about Jamie Hagia and Miranda?
Oh, that'd be good. Or although Jamie, I mean, freaking
dude, Jamie's a beast.
She's games athlete, bro.
I know. I mean, like, well, yeah, out for a while, but dude, she is. It's so rad because you talk to her and she's just so like, talking and everything here and everything's fine. Yeah, that girl can move weight. She's so damn strong.
Yeah. Brian versus Tommy. Tommy would smoke Brian. Not smoke Brian, but Tommy's sneaky fit and sneaky athletic.
Yeah.
Marquez? Yeah. That dude is a sneaky athlete, like a good athlete.
Yeah. Yeah. That wouldn't even be close, dude.
But he would, I mean, yeah.
That wouldn't even be close.
These are all good questions. Caroline versus Michelle. Like Lambre versus Latondra?
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Not too bad.
I don't know if they do battle. I don't think they would do it.
Amy versus Lauren. All good questions. Brian versus Savon. Battle to the death.
All that would be a battle of words, and it would be a bloodbath.
Yeah, it would. All great questions. Keep your suggestions coming.
Yeah, the girls is a lot harder.
Yeah, it was. But it is a good question to think about. Me versus Chase, Fire Lieutenant versus CrossFit.
Slater, man, you haven't seen Chase when Chase gets into it.
Dude,
he will shut the family down to get himself ready to go for a competition.
I will get divorced. to win an open workout. I will say is that I've been out of the game for a while, and I've been in a headspace of like, I don't really want to go dark
I
for
know,
a
dude.
while. Oh, you work in RVing? All right, buddy. Maybe. Is and then Hiller gave us that workout he put out in the group. Where's the alternating
I don't know
EMOMs?
how the hell you did that.
Well, so
I mean, those
it
are
was
both movements that you're good at, granted.
traditionally, maybe not recently,
It's
but it
still,
was every minute on the minute. The odd minutes were a
Calorie
certain
row.
number of calories.
right,
He said echo bike, but I don't have an
Right.
echo bike, so I went rower.
right.
And it started at 10, and then the even minutes were always 10 burpees.
Yep.
Right? So it was like 10 cals, 10 burpees, 12 cals, 10 burpees, 14, 10. So the row cals would go up every minute.
Oh, the burpees didn't go up?
Maybe they did. I don't know.
You didn't go up. Oh,
I didn't
that
go
I'm
up.
like, how the fuck are you getting 30 burpees?
Did I do it wrong?
Well, no, you did it wrong. You did a shit ton of rowing calories, which was
Yeah.
insane. So you
Yeah.
didn't really get the rest. I did the same version with the lifting. I did it with cleans and burpees over the bar.
Uh-huh.
So I went 5 and 10, but then I went up. So 5 and 10, 5 and 10 for 2 rounds. Then I went 6 and 12, 6 and
that
12,
workout was
7 and 14, 7 and 14. That was, and I got smoked. So when you put your score up, I'm like, dude, I'm way out of where I used to be. Apparently,
No. I am not. Let me see. I thought that's what it was. Maybe I did it wrong, and then I'm gonna feel really stupid. More stupid than I usually.
I mean, it's still a great workout because it doesn't give you any break. I mean, like you get 10 burpees, which is just enough to make
Yeah.
you think about the calories that you got to do when you're going to do your row. So it's not like you got a bad workout out of it at all.
Oh no, I did it right.
Oh, it was. So it was to stay 10.
All the odd minutes
Oh,
were 10 burpees.
okay.
And then you started with 10 cals, and then you just upped it until you basically ran out of time or energy. And yeah, so I was going, and I'm a decent rower. I think I remember the time where we were broadcasting the California regional, and it had a team thing where like it ended on the rower.
Yeah.
And like, this guy's rowing, and I'm just like, row harder.
Go faster, dude.
He's like, he is going fast. He's going like 1,800 cals. Like, bro, I did this at like 2,500 cals per hour. Like, it's just 30 cals. Like, let's go. And yeah, so I got to 20, and usually like 20. If you're rowing like 1,400 cals an hour, which is about a sub 145 pace, you can get 20 cals in about 55 to 56 seconds.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I think I could get there. And I would just try to get there as easy as I could. So like 10 cals, I'm just like, okay. 10 burpees are taking like 35 seconds,
Right.
40 seconds, just casual, like trying to recover on the burpees. And then I got to 24, and I was like, ooh, okay, I gotta try a little harder here. Now it's like 1,500 to 1,600 cals an hour, and then the 10 burpees. And then when I finished 26, I thought to myself, I don't want to do this anymore. Because I'm alone in my garage, and I was like, this hurts. I'm not in shape. But I was like, but I can do it. So I was like, all right, let's just
do it.
I can do it. I can do it. And then I get to 28, and I was like getting ready for 28, and I was like, man, I don't want to do this. But then my head, I was like, but I can. Let's just can I get to 30? So I get 28 cals in the minute, like 59 seconds. Like I am using my allotted time as much as I can. Do my 10 burpees, and those 10 burpees are like 40 to 45 seconds of just like, and then I get on the rower, and for the first like 3 seconds was enough time for me. I would start on the rower, and I was like, dude, I'm done. But then my brain, not my brain, I don't know what it is, something in my brain was like, you did all this work to get to 30. You have a chance to do 30. let's just see if you can do 30. 30 cals in 60 seconds after all of those things. And I was like, fuck it. Let's ride.
Awesome.
And dude, I dig my heels in. I had to keep 2,000 cals per hour to make it.
God, that's gross.
Yeah. What was worse is once I got off the rower, the 8 burpees I did in 60 seconds.
Dude, honestly, thank God for the 8 burpees, because could you imagine if you would have ended right there on the rower, like the cramping in your ass that would have happened, like if you just roll off that, like peel, that fall off that you do off the seat.
Joseph, just regular burpees. But it was the first time I've been proud of myself in a workout in a long time. Like,
well,
I'm
dude,
gonna say
it's the head game. I mean,
Yeah.
all death buys. Because what happened?
Death buys are freaking awful.
You went through, and you even stated the conversation that happens, and it's so easy to justify why you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's so easy, but you're really not in shape. You've already done a lot, You probably, if you stop now, you could get a shower sooner so you can go and do, you really have to do. I really, I probably, should have oiled the chain. I mean, whatever. All of the things will step in and be like, and they all sound like great ideas. And it all boils down to one thing. You just do not, you are choosing not to do the hard thing.
Yes. That's the worst thing about death buys.
Yep.
99% of the time, you always quit the workout.
Yep.
Now you get to a point where you just can't, right? Like I can't. Like it's just, there's too much volume in this amount of time. And even if I went unbroken for the minute, you might not get it. Rarely does that happen. But that one, I was proud of myself. And I was like, man, I like, you can't just do this even if you want to. Like, you have to have a little something in.
Well, you're good at that. When you put the numbers down, I was like, fuck, bro. God. That was nuts.
It was rough. By myself.
You should have been. Jeez,
just in a garage, just wheezing and just.
Did you have music on?
I did have music on.
Oh God, thank God! I would have pissed the neighbors off because I would not have wanted to hear my breathing at all.
I could have had the loudest music in the world, and you were listening to me suffer.
The Northern California Classic, they had one of their qualifiers was a row burpee, and it's the same type of thing, but it was a seesaw where the 6 minute, it was a 6 minute EMOM, rowing for certain calories, and then on minute 1, and then burpees for a certain number. It was over the rower, and they would go for 6 minutes, and then one would increase, and then 6 minutes, and then the other one would increase in 6 minutes. So it kept on going like that to where it was like, I don't know, 18 minutes of almost like a buy-in, and then it just got really bad where you're doing 14, 16, 18 burpees over the rower and still having to row 18 calories or 20 calories or whatever the number was, depending on your, it was disgusting. Same kind of idea though. Same thing. Yeah. It's like, all right, you're in it. You're in it. So
it was cool. I haven't answered the bell in a while. I think the last time I answered the bell was like in a competition.
Yeah.
And like, everybody knows of the bell. Like, the bell is the moment where you can be like, I can do this if I really want to. Like, I can. I just don't want to. Like, answering that bell is hard.
It's hard.
It's like, oh, well, I woke up and worked out. I'm like, no, that's not answering the bell.
No, that's checking the box.
That's checking.
Two totally different things.
You don't want to wake up. And sometimes that's a win, right? Feet are on the ground, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to the garage, whatever. That's a win.
Yeah.
That's not answering the bell. Like,
nope.
Answering the bell is like, we're already in it.
Yeah.
So, Chase should do the level 100 with which, oh my God. I have thought about that actually. And his new, like mini doc came out. Is it Chasing the Storm?
Yeah.
Something like that. I was like, oh, I mean, I used to cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't mountain biked. Like that's another thing. I don't have the time. Like, that's an excuse, but like,
no, but that's valid because that's what's so great about CrossFit is it doesn't take. It only takes an hour for everything.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna ride like that, it's like it's time. That's triathlon's time.
Yeah, it is time in, time
Time.
out. Although when I was doing triathlons, like I was doing CrossFit 5 times a week, and then 3, like one run, one swim, one
How
bike.
big was your family at the time?
It's true. I was single.
Right.
Basically.
You're right.
It's
Exactly.
basically single. No, I was single when I did my Ironman. I was single. I had just met Ashley like the month before playing flag football.
There you go.
I was like, I'll never see her again. But all right, yeah. Sorry, off track, but it's good. I guess we're talking about the Open and getting competitive again.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I have a goal. Have you? Have I said my goals out loud yet? I do have a goal. I would love to make the top 200 semifinals for my age division.
That's cool.
I feel like that would be coming off a year off. I mean, I haven't hung from a pull-up rig to do anything dynamic or high skilled in it easily over a year. I think I've snatched twice and cleaned and jerked twice in 16 months.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it'd be cool. See what I can do.
I think that's especially if you're wanting something to kind of keep you in the mix with that for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's totally valid.
I think that'd be a win. Top 200.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But speaking of advancing into things this year, we started off with the Service Open. How you register for that, you just go to your games.com profile, you go to your competition dashboard, and then go under the hashtags, and there's a service occupation thing. You can find your service occupation in the list. Join the party. There's also an affiliate owner and trainer, which I just did. So I'm in it too.
Right.
Yes, Chelsea, I just need a lot of zone 2 work so I can lose all my power and muscle mass and strength. Chelsea knows that. That's why I get to joke with her about it.
Yeah.
But we wanted to talk of what the future of the Service Open could possibly be. All right. This isn't you guys should do this with podcasts. This is what are the possibilities of the Service Open? Because once we did that CrossFit Journal read with police training, quote,
A lot of people that hit us back on that.
a lot of people. That's probably the most feedback we've got from a Glassman article since, like, What is Fitness or what is
Probably. Yeah.
And it was really cool because, like, people forget, like, the glory days, or not say glory days, the early days of CrossFit, like, it was hugely steeped in the first responders and military communities.
Yep.
Right. And Greg would talk about this all the time, is the way you perform on your arena or field of play, if you want to just downplay it a little bit, is your fitness level could be the deciding factor of win or loss, but in this game, it could be life and limb, right? And I think drawing more attention to that community, that was a big part of this. And I think there is a lot more room to grow with the Army initiatives that we have going on that Dave's been doing a lot lately. I think that's a great first step. I think it should be every branch of the military, Coast Guard, first responders. Bill, I mean, you've been waving that flag forever.
Ever.
And to bring it back, I think is great. I love that the Service Open is back to bring those people into the fold and give them more of a platform to compete. But I would like to fun King for a Day play of what this could be, what this could turn into, and how we could make this even more of a draw, not just for the Open, but for our service men and women in all avenues for this, and build that community within those small ecosystems from the inside out for CrossFit itself and what that could look like. And I think, whatever they have coming up, they said there's going to be a secondary virtual competition coming sometime this year, is what could be the next step, right? Because we always do virtual, and then maybe we get an in-person one. Would you like to see some type of in-person service games at the end of the rainbow, so to speak, for the Open?
I'm always an advocate for live competition because there is a drastic difference between live competition and virtual competition. I think that The only way you can really have a live competition with the numbers of people that would be involved would be almost not going the route of the adaptive divisions where there's 28, no, what is it, 42? 48 divisions? 42 divisions for the adaptive?
At 13?
I thought there was like more than that in
No, that was the
Oh,
number
that was
posted around
Wadapalooza. That was Wadapalooza. That was
I
right.
said
That's right.
20 and it was 46.
That's right.
The adaptive divisions were 7 or 8, and now I believe it's 13.
Okay.
It might be 15, actually.
Okay.
Prime number, so maybe it's 13.
I like the idea of being able to highlight particular groups.
Mhm.
The concern I have right now with going from the occupational games to the service games is what we've done is we've thrown basically any and every service into that list. So
Yeah.
now it becomes virtually impossible to do a live competition unless you have a splattering of all these tiny ones that are happening. If they
Okay.
were to do go back to the beginning part where it's fire, law, military,
Okay.
and you have that.
Yes.
But maybe call it the Protectors games or something. I mean, something like that.
Well, what did Mayhem call it? Heroes?
Right,
something?
right. So like what
Everyday
Mayhem
Heroes?
did, that idea is great. And going to where you have someone like when Mayhem did it, and they have done it in the past. I know they were gonna do, I think they did a fire and police games in California a handful of years ago. There, I think, but the scheduling was terrible. It was like right after the games or something like that. It was like 4 years ago.
Where did
5
they
years
do
ago.
that?
I don't remember. I want to say it was in San Diego, but I can't remember.
No, I think it was in San Diego, and I had this weird thing in my head that it was like on a ship.
Could have been. I mean, I know that they do a lot of stuff on the
like the aircraft carrier.
The Kennedy, John F. Kennedy. Is that what it
know.
is? Whatever the big boat is down there. Right. But I think that if for there ever to be a live version, you would have to kind of, I think you got to pare it down a little bit, and then you have to send it to the people that already do it. So I know currently right now, the Fire Olympics, the Police Olympics, and the Police and Fire World Games have a CrossFit event in their list of events. They have everything, wrestling and archery and surfing and football and all that. Yeah, they actually have a surfing division. Yeah. So they'll have that, and they've had CrossFit in there. And again, like those seem to be just like what they did with, they kind of ushered the Masters division to Legends, and then mastered the teen division, off to those guys. So I think that would be the direction if they were going to do it.
Okay.
I think it would have to be that. I think currently, like the easiest step would be because again, if we're talking CrossFit, we're talking small team, and we're talking, are they going to be able to? I mean, if we make another virtual competition, then that's people that have to look at the judging of these videos that people are going to send in. I mean, do you pair it right up like they did originally in the first time they did it in 21? The occupational games was the online qualifier. It was the that version. Those were the events that they did. So it was the same events.
So it's like quarterfinals.
Right. It was the same kind of deal. So that's where they shoved everyone into and went, with that, with those events. They weren't making something new. I think it would be fun to have something new, but again, you're going to have, again, it's time frame, it's judging, it's whatever.
Sure.
What I would like, if it's King for a Day type of thing, I would want there to be a second, you qualify out of the open. You go to the quarterfinals. Everybody runs the quarterfinals. They take the top, 10% from the quarterfinals or whatever to the online service games, the occupational games, whatever the title is. And then we from there test the idea of all of your videos are live. You have the community that's involved, because we're supposed to be this is the group that's got that integrity, right? We talk about firefighter integrity and cop integrity and military integrity, and we're out there in the forefront protecting and helping and doing all that. Okay, let everybody see us go. Let everybody see these guys. And that's where you get to practice the thumbs up or the thumbs down, or test that way to judge people's scores. And you get up to the top, and those are the ones that really only need to be looked at. And, for like whatever the group is, whether it's HQ or whatever. And then be able to have something like that. And the winners from those get to go to the games, not as a competitor, but like get to go and get tickets to the games and that sort of thing. So it's not a money thing; it's a ticket to go see. So there's a little bit of something cool out of it. So a thank you for being a fit service person out there.
Yeah,
I think that would be
thank
good.
Thank you for being. Thank you for your service in general. Right. Thank you for being a fit one, and thank you for being an advocate for CrossFit in those arenas at which you operate.
Yeah,
I'm totally with you to pare down. Like, the service open is like, all right, now it's
everybody
and high school teacher and middle school teacher.
Right.
All right, we get it. Like a little too far, but I'm fine with a virtual, expansive net, especially in the open and whatever may lead to on the virtual side. But I think in that virtual side, what would be cool in the future to see is that maybe, all right, this virtual side is either the finale for you, fun-filled service, CrossFit trainer, affiliate owner, medical professional, right? But for those that are police, fire, military, EMT, we could put in there, and maybe, like I don't want to add too much.
Right.
That's like the stepping off part. Or listen, let's just call it what it is. We're just going to go police, fire, because that's what people want to do.
Sure.
Right? There's that classic, right? EMT,
red, blue,
EMS responders. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys and girls. But red versus blue. And then when you look at the military side, it's like branch versus branch.
Yeah,
about some like fun freaking rivalries and
Army versus Navy, man.
Army versus Navy. You got Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines.
I mean, you'd have the SEALs versus the Green Berets. We couldn't show any of it because it'd all be secret and tough. You wouldn't be able to see it. You'd have to be killed if you saw it for reals. But it's okay. It'd be a great.
At night, and everyone's using
I see our laser lights everywhere.
But do that, right? Like, okay, how many of like the main military branches, not subsets, right? Because I think Green Beret is a subset of the Army.
Yeah, they're Army and Marine, and Navy. Yeah.
But you have your main subsets, military, distinguished like disciplines.
Yeah.
I would love to see like a twofold thing is like you can either would you want it to be individual or team? The more I think about this is
team,
like
right? Because they're teams, yeah.
But like something unique, right? It's not 4 versus 4. It's like you got a team of 10, right? So say out of the service open, you take the top 10 men, top 10 women, right? For all the branches. So you got police and fire, men and women, 10 and 10, team, right? We could do something like that. And maybe on the service side, it's 5. And just, or it's 5 and 5, 5 men, 5 women. There you go. There's your team of 10. And you got police versus fire at some type of in-person event, right? Make it, get creative. And then on the military side, bro, how fun would that be?
It would be like, remember the Broken Skull Challenge?
Yeah.
Be like that kind of stuff, and then you bring like the military, bring them down to like Pendleton.
Get as creative as you want to be, or like something, right? Yeah, take it to an Army base, and maybe every year it rotates to a new. Although there's a level of national security and clearance you need to get on bases, so that might not work,
right?
As far as bringing in an audience, but I think it'd be cool to see something like that, and it's. What it would do, it would draw attention from the public in a supportive way, humanizing these people a bit more.
And showcasing them.
Because I think a lot of times, especially if you think like police and fire, I'll lean into police even a little bit more, is like we dehumanize them quite a bit these days.
Yeah.
Right?
Poor guy.
And so to see that and have it separate, it's like, hey, we're going to do just a massive police fire team competition coming out of the service open qualifier.
Yeah.
Right. And then military, like pick your military branches. I'm embarrassed. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but like Be awesome, right? What did Pedro say?
Yeah, that would be good.
Fire and the Army do traffic control and have the firefighters.
I totally, right before he put that up there, I had in my mind that, like, okay, that would be the test. You have firefighters, they have to go and they have to do some shooting range thing, and then you have the officers, they have to carry up this hose and they got to do one of the firefighter challenges, running up and down and have to hit certain cones and drag a body and just kind of flip it. That would be funny.
Yeah. But like, yeah, just mix it up. Do something cool. And it could be the events you have them do, like, let's say it like Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. Okay, that's what I thought it was. All right.
No Space Force?
Not yet. They don't count. Space Force, she was heading already.
Live long and prosper.
All right, so you got 5 teams of 10, 5 men, 5 women. And like, let's all right, hey, here's the first event. You can use 3 men and 3 women for this. Pick your team. All right, here's the next event. It's 1v1. Right. It's a pairs. This one's all dudes. This is all chicks. Whatever. Like, and just have it at like an exhibition at the CrossFit experience that they're going to have. Not say, well, don't have it outside. But
right.
Something outside that, like bring them to the games. Like, hey, here's what you win. You win an opportunity to come here. I'm in the campus, like, you get top 10 in this like finale virtual thing is like top 10 all get a level 1.
Yeah.
Give every one of them a level 1, send them to their level 1, and then just send them out into the world in their spaces. That
would be amazing.
10 firefighters going to their firehouses all over the country/world with a level 1 in their back pocket. You got police officers, you've got your EMTs, and I'm talking about like everybody, your teachers, your medical professionals, your military, like you just, it's like Trojan horse the shit out of this thing. It's like prima nocta without the, non-consensuals. We're just going to breed them out, right? We're just going to, and that's what the whole point with the MDL1 was. It's like, hey, let's just take all these medical professionals, make them fans of CrossFit, and then they'll make more friends with people, and then they'll turn them into CrossFitters. It's like Mr. Smith from The Matrix, just making new carbon copies of CrossFitters in their field.
Remember how we got into that discussion about like the games athletes getting the level 1s?
Yeah.
That this to me sounds way more appropriate, because it's like, I feel like these are people of the people. You know what I mean? And not to say that the other ones weren't willing or worth it or anything like that, but these people are the people. They're going to go back to their stations, to their crews, to their commanders, to their chiefs, to their lieutenants, and they're going to push this stuff, whether the higher ups buy off on it or not. They're going to surround, like, why do you think we do Murph? Not because Murph was a workout, because there was some crazy guy who did this workout and he did CrossFit stuff, and we just kind of like, we all now do that because of that. Like, I see that bleeding out from those guys, not from the best of, the best athletes out there. And again, when we were talking about that, I didn't really realize all the other athletes. I was more thinking like the individuals. But
well,
I love that, dude. I love that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't use the word appropriate, but I would use the word impactful.
No,
what demographic is going to be more impactful for your base community in areas we desperately need to be back in? Right. And it's shocking to me that we're not. And it's not CrossFit's fault.
No,
at all.
No, that's
the keys. We know. Yeah, right. And so you take all these service people, and look, this is down the road because it's going to take judging and and verification. And it's like, oh, I'm in the Navy. I'm like, are you?
Right.
Right now, you just click the hashtag and you're on. Right. There's not a big verification process. This is more for fun, and But it's like, what could this be? What could this turn into? And it's like, oh man, if we do a service open and then we do a virtual service games, maybe this turns into a qualifier for 2 spinoffs. It's the shoot. And I mean, we're being very, I would say, American bias at the moment.
Totally.
Right? Like, think of all the other military branches in the world. How do we do that? Maybe each of these areas get their own thing. Maybe at these semifinal events that are local to their regions, maybe that's where they go.
Okay.
Maybe that's the bonus community event. Hey, all right, West Coast, this year you get police fire. East Coast, North America, not coast, right? North America West semifinal, you guys get to host the police fire competition at your semifinal. Year one, North America East, you guys get the military branch in the US. Europe, whatever I know that might be a little bit different, right? World Games, Navy, something like that, right? And so it becomes a community event within those semifinals. So it's something we can run because it's coming off the open, right? So you got open quarters, or maybe roll it into quarters. Like let's not overcomplicate this.
Right. Use the system that's already there. Use the system that's already there.
It's a filtering option.
Right.
And so then it's like, all right, we're already judging things. This maybe we have a team just for the service. We know that, the educators, medical professionals, like they end here, and we'll crown a top 10 there with some verification. But the other ones advance on, and maybe look, they advance in your own regionals. Like quarterfinals goes to a regional allocation.
Right.
Who knows? I mean, look, this is a really easy to be like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
Versus the reality of the situation of what it takes to pull like something this off. And we're not saying it's like do this now. It's like what we're just like, what could the next step be, right? How do we make this even more impactful, more important, more engaging with the most impactful, important, engaging group of individuals as far as an occupation goes in the world? What is more important than these people?
Yeah.
Like who is more important? And we're not ranking them. Like our teachers, our medical professionals, our trainers, our affiliate owners, our military, like our first responders, or police, fire, EMS responders, EMTs, like it keeps the world going, right? It keeps us safe. It keeps us healthy. It keeps us educated. I mean, what more do you have? Like you talk about money and status doesn't mean shit if your society's falling apart. You're not, your health is gone. Like
health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
Is wealth, as my lady
So
always says.
I think the possibilities from this are limitless.
Yeah.
And that's why we just wanted to start the conversation. It's like, whoa, what could this be? I'm so glad it's back.
Yeah.
I've already heard there's like tens of thousands signed up on the hashtags already.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I wonder if that is mostly because I would like to see what the breakdown is per the services that are out there. I'm really not anything. I mean, both my parents were teachers. Nothing against all of the other services that are listed on there.
Yeah.
I hope I hope we didn't shoot ourselves in the foot by putting too many people, because we want to get everyone included. Because if you ever went to do something like what we're talking about, then all of a sudden you're cutting people out. And the second you cut people out, then it's like, oh, you don't think that these people are important. You don't think that those people are very important. And
right. I get it. And like we said, you say educator.
Yeah.
It's a good just blanket covered.
Right.
You are an educator versus like college professors. Well, then like the high school teachers, like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
like PhD candidates.
Right.
Yeah, that would be, I think
I love the idea though. And again, I think
I'm glad it's back for one.
What's most important, and especially having the open, and even the quarterfinals, if they went that way, having the open, regardless of all of the different divisions, what's important is having everyone, like we have to recongeal our CrossFit community, all of us. Not like, well, I do CrossFit, or I'm a CrossFit athlete, or I'm in the military, or I'm a firefighter, and our fragmenting our group, but like starting where it's like, okay, yeah, you're putting all those things in there, but guess what? we're all starting on step one. And we'll all qualify from step one. Even if we do the second qualifying is the quarterfinal qualifying round. I mean, I don't think that if we were going to go into quarterfinals, that you would have to have the same. I mean, you probably would have the same number of people in there. I don't think you need to have top 25% of firefighters qualifying into the firefighter group. I mean, you could limit some of that so it's not as
give it a number.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't think you'd have to do that, but that's what's important is instead of separating all the groups, like we're all CrossFitters. Like we do all these other things, right? But we're all CrossFitters. And so we'll all compete in CrossFit.
Yeah.
So
I would much rather them try and overextend or than just nothing. Right? So like this is step one. I'm so glad that step is here.
No,
right?
dude,
So glad
that,
and like what can we learn? I mean, we're like this just got announced like 2 weeks ago. So now let's sit back and see what it can be. If you're an affiliate owner, get on there. Get on the leaderboard. Affiliate owners, CrossFit trainers, get on there. See where you.
I mean, what really is important on this first step, because you're right, this is the first step coming back, is you need to, if people are into the idea, they got to play on the board. They got to get their piece on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if there's no number, I mean, if you listen to Dave's week in review last week or the week before that, if the numbers aren't there, they're not going to look at it. So this is their way of like testing to see, okay, like what kind of numbers do we have with this?
Yeah.
I mean, whichever the group, with Navy, if we're even talking vets, whatever the group is, you have to show the numbers to even make it valid, to even waste brain time thinking about what the next step would be.
Yep.
That's important. So yeah, get on the board, put in the hashtag, see where you are, get into that mix so that there are some metrics for HQ to look at.
Yeah, for sure. Because if everyone kind of sits back and like, we'll wait and see, like you don't give CrossFit enough data and experience and like your personal experience and the feedback that the public will give, right, to take the next step. All right. Hey, great. What did they learn? For example, what did the sport team learn from quarterfinals last year? I heard they took, I'm serious, but like I heard they took a deep look into last year and are looking at, yeah, that like they took a deep look at it and what that means for 25% now. Right. And so that's great to hear things like that. And everybody hopes that is just like, hey, let's just do this. I don't care what happened. Don't, you know, and to know that that's not the case is that they are looking at that stuff in real time. Because I've heard Boz say this before, is like, yeah, there's so many things I would have loved to have, not so many, but like if there was something that in the moment you realize, take shuttle runs, first year shuttle runs. They're in and they're like, well, shit. We can't like real time rewind the clock or whatever the situation is like, but now we realize what this created.
Right.
And they just have to ride out that wave as it stands in the moment, but they're riding that down to revisit and fix in the future. So,
yeah. And again, he said that like when they looked at how many people they should bring in, that they were that they use that off of, we talk to the people, meaning that, they send out that survey at the end. Well, the way that the service open or the service competition expands, I don't think really would come down to a survey. The survey is, did you put your name in the open and did you click that hashtag? That's the survey. Like, that's it. Yes or no. Not what did you think about it and how did you do?
Yeah.
You got to get the numbers that way. If the numbers aren't there, and I'm talking this year, if the numbers aren't there, then it's going to be something that's just kind of, okay, yeah, we just plug it in over here, put your stuff in, whatever, but we're really not going to spend any time with it. So you're right. There are a lot of really cool things that can happen with it. A lot of amazing avenues for just competition, but for highlighting those groups in our own community and celebrating them, celebrating all the things that they do for us, that will get overlooked if the people don't click the button and say that they're doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Barclay, through all the good and bad decisions, that's opinion based. Do you think HQ is trending in a positive direction? Bill, you're welcome to answer that before I answer that.
I will say that, and I agree. I think that there are perceived good and bad things that HQ has done. I think that what has been a very positive trending direction is that they're at least trying to say what is going on way more than they have in the past. I know that has been something that, like, I've heard Don say that on all kinds of podcasts, that we haven't been good at being transparent. So they're trying to be more transparent, even though some of the answers that he gives during the transparency are very politically eased, verbaged words that don't really say a whole lot. But again, I mean, I
Right.
don't expect him to air everything out for us. And we've had this
Yeah.
discussion before. I mean,
And so his friend was like, I want to see Cross's books. I'm like, good fucking luck, bro.
yeah, like
That's that
I
about
get
any
it.
company.
I don't think that needs to be the case, but I want to be told what's happening so that I know, so that I can get on board. I mean, I'm a guy that's been on board a long time. I have been knocked down, and my flag is really dirty from being kicked down into the dirt a bunch of times. I keep picking it up, and I want to know that what I'm doing is that I'm picking it up for a good reason. I think that they're at least really trying hard.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of weird things that have happened. You know, people being let go from positions, and again, like, I don't know the inner workings of all the reasons why, of all the things, and I don't necessarily expect to know. But what I do expect is that at least they are really trying to push CrossFit, and I think that they're trying. I don't think that every decision is what I think the decision would be the right decision.
Right.
As Bill, CrossFit owner of CrossFit Inferno owner. But again, you know, that it's not all about CrossFit Inferno, it's about CrossFit. So I think that they are working that way. Yeah. Generally speaking, yeah, for
That's
sure.
a good perspective too, because I mean, the reality of the situation is, like, everybody has their own opinion of what a good and bad decision is. And this is a great question, Barclay. And when you look at that, it's like, okay, it's someone may think raising the affiliate prices was a bad decision. I don't agree with that. I think it was a good decision. Now, maybe how that rollout went, you could have an opinion on that, and some of the other nuances and specifics about maybe those price increases and who it was to and not to, or it was to everybody. But, like, okay, that's different, right? You can have, there's 13,000 affiliates and they all have 13,000 different opinions on that decision.
Right.
Some good, some bad, right? It's a mix of both. What they're doing with that and moving forward, to me, is a positive direction. And if they accomplish those goals that they want to do with, say, that one decision, then yeah, shoot, if we can train all that too. Allegra, I get this asked a lot.
So do I, which is fine, because I
What
think it's a
is
good
your
question.
opinion on the CrossFit Affiliate Collective? I have no opinion on them and what they're doing. I think it's someone who is very passionate about trying to do something, and the reality of that situation and what it is that they want to do might not actually fit reality, and what that would be. But
I think that what Frank is doing with the Affiliate Collective is, that's his answer to Barclay's question, which is, he thinks that HQ is trending in a negative direction. So, you know, he's wanting all of he's made a lot of claims, and the statement is that, you know, HQ is all about profit and you know, mostly negative stuff, and that all the affiliates should buy it back. And that's the only thing that I have heard him say, as far as here are my complaints, and here's the answer to this would be my suggested answer. Well, if your suggested answer, and we were kind of playing with the math earlier, is that us affiliate owners buy back a $250 million company or a $200 million company, whatever it is, if I'm complaining about $4,500, how the hell am I supposed to pony up to buy? What did we say? It was like 19.5 or 20.
So I think CrossFit was originally bought for 200. So just say it hasn't increased in profitability, right? Or value.
Right.
It's value. It's not numbers and cents. It's the value of.
Right.
It's still like $15K per affiliate.
It's $15K
to buy what it was originally bought for.
And then we buy it. And this is what I haven't heard him saying. I don't know why. I feel like this hasn't come up. It's like, okay, let's run through your idea. If it's totally cool. If we buy it, okay, we just put all of our money in to buy it. Now what? Because who's going to get paid to run it? And is it now non-profit? It's not for profit. Like
all the current employees still keep their jobs that have to be paid.
Are we a media department? Are we trying all of those questions? It's not cut and dry as he's making it seem. And I think that's the hard part. I and like we said, I love the enthusiasm. I do.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard one idea that actually is like a feasible idea, or something that hasn't really been thought through yet.
This idea of the affiliates buying CrossFit came up when they were canceling Greg.
Right.
That it's already been floated. Like, I have an idea. Let's colonize Mars. How do we do that? I was like, we just get all the countries to come together and ban all the natural resources and build a bunch of spaceships and then design. What is it? What do they call it when they are making oxygen and go terraform Mars? That's a great idea. Just get the whole, everybody just stop fighting.
Well, okay, but even that idea, as you laugh at the idea, that right there is at least a deeper idea than what was given on just go ahead and buy, the affiliates will buy it back. Like that was step one in the thought process. That's his step one, and there isn't anything behind that. I haven't heard one thing behind that. Yeah, the affiliates will buy it back, and
yeah,
like I still need to fund my.
I'm gonna be so strong on Mars, Sloppy. I'm gonna be so strong. My dad looks like 600 pounds.
So I don't know. Not even needing. I like the enthusiasm. I think it's great, but I think
talking
it's
towards the idea, not the person giving the idea. But no, it's Jeffrey said it's like pie in the sky, old man screaming at cloud, which Boz has said before about ideas for the games. Like, it's that concept is so deep into the ability to pull that off. Is like, okay, well, now say every affiliate owns a piece. It's like the Green Bay Packers. Well, you still need a board.
Yeah.
Who's the board going to be? A board of affiliate owners? Well, how do you choose that?
Right.
And then, okay, well, who stays in the sport department? Are you going to keep Dave and his team around? Okay. Or are you going to make the choices of who stays and who goes? Like, how do y'all come to that decision then? And it's like, all right, what are the affiliate owners going to pay? Are they still going to pay $4,500? You're going to make it less. Okay. Well, now your company makes millions and millions of dollars less. All right. So now how do you make them?
Yeah.
So you're going to have to learn how to do all of these things and run the games and how much those things cost, and like all your employees and all your CrossFit trainers and all the people that are in charge. Who's in charge of sport now? Is who's in charge of EDU? Who's in charge of the affiliates? Like, okay. And then if it's this like equal share, is like, does everybody on the board get paid the same? Does everybody on the board of these CrossFit affiliates who are nominated, like how are they nominated? Who votes for them? There's no special interests involved or agendas that's going to be in there. Boards, Bill and Chase. Yeah. No, don't put me on the board. Like, I'll have ideas. It's such a like massive
not thought out idea.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, this sounds cool. Great. This whole freaking podcast is based off it sounds cool because we don't have to do shit. We just talk about shit. You know what would be cool? Like, that's great. That's a fun game to play. But like when the reality sets in, who manages that?
And that's what I haven't seen. I mean, you would have thought that
everybody's cool. What if a board member's an asshole? Who's going to kick him out? Who's the president of it? Like, there's still got to be a pecking order, right? But you know what we're talking about? They're talking about, like, what did I say? Socialism. Pick one. Pick a fascist regime. Marxism, socialism, communism, utopian society. You know why they don't work? Great on paper.
Yep.
Minus the genocide and mass murder of Marxism, but that's a whole nother topic. But that we won't get into. But the reality of human beings is that it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Well, and I am not a business guy. Even though I own the gym and stuff. I mean, I was lucky enough to be able to have it running purely off of people just didn't know about CrossFit, so it was easy to talk about. But like, as a business guy, if you're talking about changing the ownership of a business and then running the business, you would think that you would have a full-blown, drawn-out.
Yeah, Clock, you're just adding
plan
to the negativity that we were saying. Yes. It's like it'll be just all out. You know what? We can do it better than the board can. We're going to create our own board and our own, like, it'll just fraction into oblivion. And that's why all of those systems failed, because another group of people thought they could do it better than the current people who put the system in place. Like, fuck these guys. We're going to do it on ourselves.
Yeah.
That'd be it. You think franchising would kill CrossFit? That idea would kill CrossFit. Ooh, there's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you right now, franchising CrossFit, which they're never going to do, everybody chill, would be better than that idea. That's right, Stefan. Speaking of doing my job, I'm late for an affiliate call, so I should probably get off get off the podcast.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing? You didn't even say.
I don't know. I got caught up. Allegra.
Sorry.
Damn it. Great question, though. That's a whole nother freaking podcast. Anyway, you people out there stirring shit up, clip all that shit. I don't care.
Hey, happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow, CrossFit Journal article, a better warm-up. And then Friday night, we have a new special mega episode, and Bill will be on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Even though you declined my calendar invite, cocksucker.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh,
Bill will be on the show.
The link came up all weird on the email.
Mr. John Young will be on the show. Mr. Tyler Watkins, even though I call him Taylor a lot. Tyler Watkins will be on the show. Mr. J.R. Howell will be on the show. And we are going to decide who is going to win the 2024 CrossFit Games with a massive presentation of Tia versus Laura head-to-head at 3 years of the CrossFit Games. And we're going to go through and create a little game show to play along. So Friday night, set your calendars, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central. Mega episode. Join the party. We will be keeping score. We're going to see how much knowledge these guys truly have about old school CrossFit. So pin it. Get ready. Yeah, Laura will win. Hey, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. But yes. So we'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central. And then please, please, please join us in the masses Friday night. Grab a beer, glass of wine, set your DVR player. I dated myself there. But join us, please, on Friday. Other than that, see you guys tomorrow. Bill, happy Valentine's Day.